was one of those things where I had that lift doing the siding on the house. Dale, let's go to a couple of trees, let's go and do that. And not something,
Yeah. No, they're dangerous. I'm hoping they get our woods logged out so we can get in and get cleaned up. So I don't want kids back there.
yeah.
Figure that something, those things could snap. And
I forget how many you said they took out of Fort St. Clair.
yeah, it was a bunch.
Huge number, but he said there's still that many more out there.
Right.
It's not dead yet.
They will be.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I was out in California. We went to the redwood forest and the Muirfield forest. We were walking back in there, and it's like a big prehistoric. I don't know if you've ever been there or not, but I mean, these trees are huge, and it's dark, and it's the middle of the day, and all of a sudden they got boardwalks back where it's kind of murky, and I was walking along with the commissioner from Miami County, and there's people all over the place, and I hear this. I'm like, holy shit! I said, there's a limb falling somewhere. Well, on that canopy, you can't tell where. There was a limb about this big around, fell about from me to you, and it was probably 40 foot long. And if it had to hit somebody, they didn't stand a chance. Good morning. How are you? As far as I know, good.
Right in the room. Well, I beat Rodney. You're not like what in the world's going on? She's modeling.
I'm not sure, but just go with it.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm humoring Connie and Chris. Sorry.
You should know better. Good morning.
Model? Do you have something to model?
You want to show us? Want to walk the runway?
I always got that orange polo one. There's nothing really much fun.
Yeah, it's always unusual. I like
Oh, you got khakis on? Oh, that was the uniform for programmers. Khaki pants and khaki pants.
about 19 different orange colas, so I'm pretty well. This is really easy to.
That makes it nice.
Is that your campaign color?
It was supposed to be, but the signs that I had made up turned out to be more of a salmon color.
Oh, pink.
Salmon.
Yeah,
Salmon's nice.
I'm trying to give the guy a bit of the doubt.
Maybe he's colorblind, which would be very inconvenient if you made
I
sign.
remember who my guy was.
Okay.
Marcus Miller.
Rodney's here. Oh, I see his head there.
The guy down in Oxford, I forget what his name was. Very earthy type individual.
Marcus's wife is the fiscal officer for fire.
That was my plan.
And they live in Preble County.
Okay.
That's why
Yeah, I'll have to,
I have their number upstairs if you need
yeah,
it.
at some point I'm probably going to have more signs.
He was really good with colors.
So that's good, because this guy wasn't. It was supposed to be like a burnt orange, like a.
Remember my
Texas or
black
Tennessee.
and that aquamarine?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did those. He did really good on
Try not to bump into you, Chris.
I don't know what's going on today. It's crazy in here. It's just crazy in here. I don't know what's going on.
What's going on, Kyle? Vaughn, how are you? Good. How's Logan liking it so far?
Well, he's off yesterday, he's off today.
Sorry about that. Like Marvin.
Hey, I get off tomorrow. I'll give you a tour list. He
Which one?
Austin. The one
Cole or
that-
Schmidt?
Yeah.
Cole?
That's who he's with.
Maybe he likes it though.
Oh, yeah, he likes it.
Good, good.
He's working, that's good.
What-
That's important. Get them off your payroll as quickly as possible.
Okay, Connie, we on?
Yes.
Well, good morning. Welcome everyone to this March 18th, 2017 Commission meeting. Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Robertson?
It's the 8th. Here,
What did he say?
the 18th.
Oh, you
Oh,
heard
did I say the
him
18th?
that. I'm thinking-
It's the 8th. I'm here for the 8th meeting.
I'm sorry, I
Yes, it's the 8th.
8th, I apologize.
Commissioner Robertson?
I'm here.
Commissioner Creech?
Here.
Commissioner Day?
Here, would you all rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance followed by prayer? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to be here. We ask that you have your hand over us to guide us, give us what is the wisdom to do what is right for this county. We ask as we come into the warmer months here, we ask that you keep everyone safe as they get out and about. Be with our men and women fighting for our freedoms. Be with all of the people throughout the world that are facing natural disasters, wars, famines. Help them to see that there's a brighter future. In your name, amen.
Amen.
On the agenda today, we have public comments, approval of minutes, financial considerations, agreements and contracts, meetings, 9 o'clock, Connie Crowell Personnel, 10:30, Board of Election and Office Space, 11:30, Bob Baker Courthouse Project, noon, recess for lunch, and at 1 o'clock, Bob KOHNEN and David Wilson, landfill operations. Connie, do you have any additional items?
Not at this time.
Entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Please do note receipt of and so approve by sign the journalization and note receipt of the CD recordization both as the official minutes for the March 6, 2017 regular session meeting.
Second.
Discussion. Connie, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes. And I apologize, I skipped over public comments. I didn't know if either one of you had any public comments.
No.
Kyle? I'm good. All right. All right. Connie?
Yes, I'd ask that we go into executive session to discuss the appointment of county employees.
So moved.
Second.
Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes.
Okay.
Next to executive session, we're discussing the appointment of a county employee who's no action taken.
Second.
Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes.
Okay, so we got 1 week.
All right.
We'll set the timer on my phone.
Set the timer on Christmas time. On Christmas time. See you guys.
We should-
I think the board election's coming in.
Yes.
Might as well just stay right where you're at here.
You're dangerously close to the panic button.
What's that?
Your chair is dangerously close to the panic button.
I can't hit it with it.
Okay.
If I do, we'll know that it works.
Yes, yes it was. And it shouldn't have to be. I was glad you said what you said.
Oh, yeah, you gotta justify it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody wanna come up and say it with us?
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you? Good to see you. How are you doing today? Good to see you.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I've just been to tennis, so nobody talk.
Oh, have you?
At least how you.
You're not gonna talk. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna look at you as a tennis over
Yeah.
there.
I was gonna say, Roy can shift
Roy
it.
can shift down his
One
leg.
for bitch.
No.
No.
You're standing your ground,
You're
aren't
gonna
you?
have to move.
Or sitting your ground.
On the left.
Well, there you go.
Actually, you're on my right.
There we go.
Exciting going on today?
Where are these people election?
It's actually, it's on all schools.
Shawnee and CGC. May 2nd.
Whisper, good morning all.
Morning.
How we doing today?
Just fine, thanks. You know, we want to relocate, and,
We want to go into executive session and discuss purchase of a, possible purchase of a property.
So moved.
Second. Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes. Appreciate it.
I'm going to exit executive session or discuss the possible, purchase of a county building.
Second.
Commissioner Robertson? Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes. Thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
It's been fun.
All right.
Good seeing you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you,
Take
too.
care of
All right.
yourself. Good seeing you.
Well, I yard cut it, huh?
We tried this week, got rained out.
Downstairs.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming in.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Do one in a while, you know?
Was he back in the 70s or 80s?
What's
he living in?
Let's see, because I used to get stuff copied over there not that long ago. Big copy over there.
That was tax map.
That's tax map.
God, that goes back.
That was in the, 90s.
90s, see?
Yes,
it is.
Yeah.
I guess it is.
I mean, this is 17.
Yeah, I know.
So, that's what they were doing on the.
11:30?
Yeah, Stone, they did, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See ya. Oh.
All righty now.
All right.
A fun morning.
KOHNEN. Which one?
All of it.
All right, what's in my brain feel like? You ever had one of them migraine headaches?
My brain?
No, but I'm sure they're awful.
You need food? I haven't had my snack.
I need
All
my
right.
snack too.
Financial considerations. Entertain a motion to approve Resolution 202, reference moral obligation, dog and kennel.
Move to approve Resolution 202.
Second.
Dog and kennel, issue of vet meds, $342.80. Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes. Entertain a motion to approve Resolution 203, reference authorized expenditures, $10,250. IPANEX engineer.
Move to approve Resolution 203.
Second.
Discussion. I believe this is a sealant that they put in the concrete for their bridges to help keep the salt and stuff from eating it up. Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes. Entertain a motion to approve Resolution 204, reference transfer of funds, various departments.
Move to approve Resolution 204.
Second that.
Landfill materials, debit of $20,000. Landfill other expenses, credit of $20,000. Landfill bond retirement, advances out, debit of $131,467.50. General fund advances, credit of $131,467.50. Connie, would you call the roll?
That pays off,
Oh, I'm sorry.
that pays off the money that the landfill owes general fund.
Oh, is that it?
Nice.
In 20 years, to pay back about $800,000.
Instead of 20
Wow.
years?
But $800,000, that's a lot of money.
And the bulk of that's been paid off in the last 8.
Right.
Very
But
good.
we didn't start paying it off for like the,
We had 600,000 when I started here.
right.
So 20,000 got paid off over a very short period of time, or a long period of time.
Very good.
Excellent. Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Creek?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes. Agreements and contracts. Entertain a motion to note receipt and consider approval by signing an amendment. Reference amendment number 1 to the courthouse pipe insulation service agreement with Alloyed Insulation Company. Extend completion date to December 29, 2017 building maintenance.
Move to note receipt and consider approval by signing the agreement.
Amendment.
Yeah. Amendment.
Second.
Now, that is because they're going to replace valves,
Well,
okay? So I had Bob get a figure. We authorized $27,500 to Alloy to do all this work. You'll be seeing a bill for $17,000 some odd dollars to pay for what they've gotten done thus far. Now, no more work is to be done until they get these valves. And they've been in contact with Johnson Controls to get costs on what this is going to cost to replace some really bad valves. And then to, what's the word?
balance the system.
Balance the system. Once they balance that system, then Alloy can complete their work, and they'll have another $10,000 left to pay them.
Okay.
And I don't know when that's ever gonna, so I just extended it till the end of the year.
The
I don't know,
they're trying to coordinate with Johnson Controls so when this can be done when the system goes down before it comes back up.
Correct.
It's windy out there. That's windy.
It's supposed to get really
It's
windy.
supposed to be 50 miles per hour.
50 miles per
wind.
hour. Sweet. Dry this ground out.
Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes. Entertain a motion to receive, consider approval by signing an agreement, reference child placement agreement with New Beginnings Residential Treatment Center, 45,000 Children's Services.
Move to note receipt and approve by signing the agreement.
Second.
Discussion. Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes. Connie, do you have any additional items?
I did get an inquiry from Regina Hattner at JFS on, I've held up on our share of $75,000 that they've asked to be transferred into Children's Services, waiting to see, I think we discussed this once, what our settlement costs was going to, with the new tax that was passed last year. So right now, they've got a balance of $51,000 in cash, so they haven't paid any placement costs for the month of March yet. And she inquired as to when I'm going to pay the $75,000. And, if we get a substantial amount of cash in there from the settlement, then I would have another discussion with the board to forego our share.
Right.
What is it, 300,000 that
Mhm.
we appropriated?
Yes.
So I haven't given them 75,000 in the month of January, and I haven't given them any more. So on that.
When will we get the
board
settlement?
Change their mind, it should be happening next week.
Okay.
Because remember, I asked Brenda when that was going to happen, and she said mid-March.
March.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if the
No.
board is still okay,
Yep.
that's what I'm doing.
Let's hold off and
So
see.
that's how I'm going to answer her. Okay, I have Resolution 205, which is a travel resolution for the board to attend the 2017 Southwest Ohio Leadership Summit in Westchester, Ohio, cost not to exceed $200.
Who's going to this?
All three
We are.
members, you are.
When is it?
that?
That's April the 28th,
This, right here.
2017.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah,
Think
you're
Regional.
going.
Right,
Think
Yeah,
Regional
I can-
thing.
okay.
I thought it was something I didn't know.
I know, me too. Like, well, what?
I did it on my calendar.
Resolution 205.
Move to approve Resolution 205.
I just missed, I didn't put it, it's called 2017
What is that?
Southwest Ohio Leadership
An
Summit.
email? Huh.
It's because you didn't call it. You didn't call it something we were familiar with.
Okay,
Rod, would you like to participate in this activity?
I've got
Yeah.
a motion.
Oh, second.
Okay,
He distracted me.
all right.
Yeah, I got it on my calendar.
Fly.
Give me that.
Huh?
Can I borrow that?
Oh, I didn't know what you were pointing at. You got one of those.
I know.
Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes.
Next, I have Resolution 206, which is authorizing the use of a county credit card for Andy Wargort and Pamela Boyd. And the limit is $1,000, Twin Valley Bank, MasterCard. Resolution 206.
Move to approve Resolution 206.
Second.
Discussion. Connie, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes.
I have Resolution 207.
I know. I was looking in March. I couldn't find it.
Oh.
Resolution 207 is a transfer of funds for building maintenance, which we are doing a lot of work. Okay, we're doing more work than we have in years. Okay, because the expenditures are showing it.
Right.
Okay?
Good.
So I'm going through a lot of different supplies, I'm going through a lot of different services to get things in all the buildings up to where they need to be.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I'm asking for $20,000 being transferred from general miscellaneous contingencies. I'm having $10 additional $1,000 placed in supplies and contract services. And I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna be back before the end of the year asking for more.
Okay.
Or
So that's Resolution 207.
Move to approve Resolution 207.
Second.
Discussion.
Glad we're
Best
getting
money we can spend.
glad we're getting stuff done.
We are.
I'm glad we have the money to do it.
Yeah. Then there's that.
Well, I appreciate being proactive on the maintenance side of things, getting things repaired before we have problems. This is just a good start. We've got a long ways to go. Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Day?
Yes.
I did get a letter from Alloy Asbestos Abatement Company we requested a letter of completion. That's why Bob will be coming up here at 11:30. He's going to take us a tour of downstairs, which that's perfect timing on what was just mentioned to us in our last meeting.
Yes.
Off topic, but where are we at with the guys that didn't put the hole in the liner for the...
I have someone from Cincinnati that's going to be calling me back. That will, more than likely, I'll bring before the board to make a presentation, a new vendor. I probably didn't answer your question.
Are they accepting fault?
Last time I knew they were. Yes. So we can make sure, if you please read this to make sure this is what you want.
Does Kim like it?
I'm sure it's cute.
Oh, I was going to say. I figured you.
Well, basically, they're certifying to the best of their knowledge what they've seen.
Right.
I mean, and that's all they can do. I mean, if somebody finds something behind a wall or wherever,
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to put that on file.
Yes.
We'll go down and do an inspection, and then I think at some point we need to bring, after our inspection, we need to bring the workers in the basement up and let them know where we're at.
I do too. So that's sufficient?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought so. I did receive a proposal from May's Design. Chris and I met with these individuals about our plaza project.
That is all.
You have phase 1 and you have phase 2.
That's the pavers?
That would be, no, this would be to prepare plans.
Oh, this is the plans.
To oversee the project,
Okay.
you know, to discuss with us whether we want electric or gas system, heating system. It's a firm that's done this before, and this is the person I've been looking for. That seems to have quite a bit of knowledge, and that's what we need here for this project.
All there is.
Right. And I think that's what we were expecting about June.
We were expecting what?
About 200. I was expecting that.
200?
No, for the entire.
$200,000?
You see that
It'll last, if it's done right, it'll last for 30 years.
It'll have to be us.
If trucks don't drive on it.
Well, that's gonna have to be, yes.
That's actually probably less than I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, see that there?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's a lot of, you know, things that, again, it depends on what all we want after we dive into this. That'll change the figures here.
No, that's about,
If you're okay with this, I will go ahead and have a contract prepared so we can get started on this.
let's get moving on it.
Okay.
Okay?
What else have you got?
Let's see here. Well, maybe I better call Bob to make sure he's on his way out. So remember, your meeting or your lunch or your dinner tonight,
Yep.
Maple Gardens.
Maple Gardens.
Okay. Now, I did receive information from Clemens Nelson on our vehicle use policy and concealed carry policy. And you'll see where they've suggested some changes. Hopefully I gave you the one that's blacked out that shows the changes like this, Rodney. Does yours have the blacked out version yet? Yours doesn't. Oh, yes, it does, right there. That's what they're suggesting we add. That's not in our policy currently. Now, let me look here. I don't believe anything's being stricken. This is all additional.
This entire thing, or you got
Yes, all of the, well, it's just the
the
dark.
gray?
The gray
Okay.
is what needs to be added.
Okay.
Okay? And then as it relates to concealed carry, and again, Rodney, you were correct. We had a lot of that already in ours.
Just kidding, I want to be like Chris.
You wanted to hear that again, didn't you?
I'm just
Well,
kidding.
did she say you were right?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. This is the policy that I probably didn't have best in our.
Well, I remember that's the one you read
Yeah.
when you first came in. So we really didn't have to change a whole lot of our concealed carry. Hey, Mom, you coming up? All right, see you. Bye.
Our 1 o'clock, I don't know why or what it is, but we were supposed to be, I thought, at Grange at 1 o'clock for the health department. I have that on my calendar, but I'm just gonna skip it.
Grange
Yeah, there's a meeting there or
for
something.
the health department.
At 1 o'clock today.
What's that?
I don't know. I didn't put it in there. I just put Grange Health Department.
CHA.
What's that?
CHA.
Is that the community health assessment?
Community health assessment. That today?
Yeah, 1.
Well, what is that?
I don't have it in here.
I just put stuff in my calendar and go to it.
I wish I had access to his calendar. That would be fun.
Well, I guess
Yeah,
I
running all
was
over the
wondering, should we go
place.
to that at 1 and then come back here at like, well, no, we got a
Well,
meeting with
Bob's
Bob.
coming up. Bob, and our meeting shouldn't take
It's
too
no
long.
big deal, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that in
It's
here.
kind of double booked, but.
Okay, let's go back to our policies here. Are we okay with the changes being suggested?
Yes.
I don't believe there's anything being deleted out of either one of them, it's just additions.
Note receipt and approve.
I need to note receipt and approve,
Um,
section 6.02, Preble County vehicle use policy. Need it amended, amendment.
So moved.
Second.
Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Creech,
Yes.
Commissioner Robertson,
Yes.
Commissioner Day.
Yes.
Same thing with section 7.13 of our personnel policy manual, concealed carry policy. We need to note receipt and approve the amendments.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Connie, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Robertson,
Yes.
Commissioner Creech,
Yes.
Commissioner Day.
Yes.
Okay. I'll get those out to everyone. And see, at our 1 o'clock meeting, we're going to go over the landfill leachate with Bob and David. We're going to go over probably 3 or 4 change orders on the building. Of course, there's no telephone pole. You can't find a telephone pole, right, Rodney? So
He
we'll
said he's
talk
got them,
about
they're just
that.
not, we don't want them.
Now, I don't know whether Bob will have the change order for the door, but he has that on his agenda to talk about again. He's got the drywall versus plywood. And there's one more thing. Oh, yes. The camera quote for the building, which included camera, fob system, alarm system. I went up a little bit because we changed our mind here, which made theirs go up. So we're going to talk about that too. So we got about 3 or 4 change orders we'll be talking about at once.
I would like to add one to that too for the phone and data center,
What?
for the landfill thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Why?
Add what?
What are you adding?
The electrician ran all the voice and data. I was gonna do that, but he had it already in his bid, so we didn't have to do it.
Yeah. See, Bob offered to do that, and this arc off, and then Bob said it was already bid. And I think he said was it even less? The price?
Well, I
I don't know how it could have been less.
I don't know how it could be less.
I think they kind of threw it in, the electrician threw it in as bid to do.
Just a lump.
Yeah, we just let it go ahead.
Right.
I still have to terminate, and I'll have to test everything.
So
There's
that's-
some equipment that's gonna go in the data rack for the voice and data. And I'm meeting with everybody Friday down there to go over where everybody's equipment's gonna go in that room.
So do you have a price for that equipment?
Not all of it yet, but it's probably gonna be under 1,500.
Yeah, that's not, yeah.
So have you talked to Bob about that?
Oh, yeah, he's well aware of it.
Okay.
They've had a couple meetings or a meeting.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
And we've been emailing back and forth.
Okay. Okay.
So I just thought that's gonna be another addition on there, since you were talking about it, so.
What?
No problem. Anything else, Connie?
No, not this one.
Okay, Bob, we've got, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah,
Yep, still morning.
We do have the letter from Alloy to Asbestos. Basically, excuse me, it states to the best of their knowledge they've removed any and all asbestos down there that they're aware of. And you would concur with that?
Yeah, there is some that's going up the walls we can do nothing about. And they said they couldn't get to it, so there's still some there, but you can't do much with it.
Any, I guess the statement of any known asbestos that we have access to removing has been removed at this point, to the best of their knowledge and your knowledge. Okay. So we've noted, did we note receipt of this letter?
Yes.
We'll note receive that, but we thought we'd go down and do a walkthrough, so you can show us what's been done. Before we go down, the Board of Elections was in here earlier on some issues, and they made the comment that their equipment has gotten dust and dirt on it. Was that through this process?
In the Board of Elections?
Downstairs in the...
Where the storage.
Oh, I was not aware of that. I can check into it.
Well,
Can we look at it while we're down there?
We can look at it.
we will want to look at that. And I guess the question I had was, wasn't the company, if they were back in there, shouldn't they have covered things up and cleaned things up?
Well, yeah, but they weren't in, like, where their equipment is. They were behind, in the rooms behind that.
Well, we'll look at it when we go down. So
Yeah,
just
let's take a look.
System or something, maybe.
we'll take a look. But they said there that
And I know the guy even shut the doors while he was working there, because he was like burning up in there with the heat on there.
okay. Well, we'll walk down, take a look at it, and then we'll go from there.
You want to recess?
Recess.
We'll recess.
Swing sets.
That being the first time it actually went online to manage the collection system, the leachate collection system. There was a reserve of leachate in the landfill itself that
Well, my understanding, I don't have any other than verbal, my understanding was that they also filled those tanks with fresh water as well. It's a test run that.
How many million is that? Or not million, how is that?
196,000.
200,000.
So basically, we're going to go into this meeting with them, not so they don't get involved in that, it's a hydraulic issue, correcting hydraulics in the collection system, part of it, and it's not anything as far as loadings or, we work through that.
The only thing that I would like to add to that is, to me, if we're gonna do this, I think we come back and all the manholes that was installed in 2012, we have them redone and done right. Why we're doing this, because they all take in water, which we talked about before, it gives like air release valves, it's a nightmare. If the air release valve underwater, they're not gonna work. Something gets in them and gets hung up, and then what happened a couple years ago on Main Road, and we started dumping leachate into the field.
We'll have to look at, I mean, we can look all that, but that's something we can, as we move forward, because we know where our, but I agree. We've got issues out there we need to resolve, we can do this same time. I think there's several things that we need to look at to resolve what they're wanting to do. I don't know. Hopefully they look at this and will be.
Well, these talks started over a year ago. They come to Randy over a year ago about this thing, and we went and walked it where the right of way is, the force main and all that stuff. And then that transition, and I thought that was, no one had said any more about it. And then.
First you're hearing about this?
Somebody told me that they were going to contact us. Somebody, it was you.
I met with them about a month and a half ago. Just
Well,
kind of,
they've been talking about this
just
for
kind
a
of
year.
lady.
I don't know about it a year ago. No,
No,
I
that's what I'm
don't know.
saying, it sounds like we didn't, this is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
first
we
one.
went and walked it and everything last year when they brought it to our attention that,
Sometimes they don't, they just come down, can't help it.
Mine never goes away.
Oh, no, it's much cheaper than that.
Okay.
Just,
Kentucky is free.
okay. Any other questions on that? I mean, you got my answers about what that is, and certainly.
Yeah, we just want to know what we're discussing when they come in. Sure.
one question I have for Bob, because he doesn't have to answer this. Our cameras for the building,
Yeah,
is there going to be any ground level with your license plate?
yeah,
Good.
yes. I think we got cameras on there, we'll look at that here in a little bit. Absolutely. To take license plates?
We got told how we're doing our daily reports. Was back.
All right. Oh, okay. I guess the next item on my agenda is the letter of recommendation for the bid opening. We've looked at the 4 bids. I talked to Wes, Dave and I talked to Ron King regarding questions I had, and with all of that, and based upon Ron's number, I recommend that we go with King Environmental Group. The bid was $2.67 million. The engineer's estimate was $2.95. They're roughly, $90,000 cheaper than the number 2 bid. And from a quality standpoint, I think they can do the job that we're looking for. So I've detailed that, and then this letter on the second sheet, I've identified everyone had all the required documents and summarized the bid prices. Does anyone have any? You know, in West made the comment, they put a 10% contingency in, so they were right on. And when you really hunt it down. I did call some of the well, they did work for us at one time, and I did call 2 of the, 3 of the references. Only one of them, everyone uses their voicemail, and only one came back to me, and he said they did a nice job for us.
We never use them?
We did use them. Yes.
So it was only $300,000 budget.
The advice that I was told was they're a small group. If they get multiple projects, they pull people off. So we just need to be on top of them. And that was one of the concerns that I mentioned to Ron when we talked on the phone, that we need to have a crew and keep a full crew.
And we've also mentioned that I know that they've taken our done some work for Wilmington Landfill. And Jolene Cook, while she was in the office today, she's the engineer of that site as well. So we take her brain a little bit and she was perfectly comfortable with him, so.
Do we, are we gonna need to
My name's,
get all our bonding in place before we?
I talked to Abbott this morning,
Okay.
and we're gonna have a three-way conversation with Andy, their starter.
Okay.
And they're looking at bringing in 2.6 million. It will extend to the September date for the 1.4 that we owe.
So that schedule still remains.
That schedule still remains. They're going to continue to be a note, and we're going to pay $400,000 off, like you and I discussed, so we're able to handle $400,000. And then in 18 or 19, D comes about.
D&E.
Okay. Well, I have on my piece of paper in there that E comes in 20. I'll have to look at it again, and I'll discuss it with both of you before I talk with them. But until E is done, then that's when we're going to bond out for about 10 years.
We're gonna roll this in those.
Yes.
And then once we get to that phase, we'll bond it out.
Right. After E's done.
For whatever the period.
Yes, for about 10 years, because they are absolutely ecstatic that we're paying $400,000 off a year. They said it's going to save us a lot of money by doing this.
Right. But I guess my question, you got everything we're on task.
Yes.
So when will we be able to know, receive, approve this?
Well, we're able to because, our auditor cert always says in the process of collection.
Okay, so we're okay.
We're okay.
One thing I had mentioned to Bob, I don't want to be in a big hurry to get this contract done, because now that our building is going to be done May 1st instead of April 1st. From a contractor standpoint, King's limited on what he can do until our building, the current building, is demoed. What I'm saying is, and I will do this as a contractor, if I move in there and I run myself out of work waiting on you to demo that building, I'm going to demote everything, and then I'm going to hit you with a remote charge. So I don't want to be real fast in getting them in there until we know when we're going to have that.
And they're ready to work and get started.
Yeah, I mean, he's got
He's got 2 jobs for 2017, booked right now, but we are it for him for the rest of the year.
And on our end, we're conservatively, we're looking at a month to get the building demoed, contaminated soil gone, repacked and built back in. So I just don't want to get caught and have to pay for a demo when.
Right.
So when is he thinking he wants to, when are they thinking that they're going to start?
Well,
June?
didn't know this till about 20 minutes well, actually we went over the building.
Yeah.
There's a water truck sitting there, King Environmental on the
But he
side.
called, he said.
Yeah, he said something yesterday about
Yeah,
it.
so when we were on the phone with him, he said he's got a couple water trucks. He doesn't want to have them sit in his yard. Can we sit in our room? So he's ready to go. So he's putting in the back, but he doesn't want that sitting there.
You're looking at a worst case scenario of 30 days out after we moved into the new building. Best case scenario.
2 years.
And I'm not holding you to it, man.
Yeah, no.
If a perfect storm hits and you get good weather and you can stay on it, you can get in 2 weeks with bad weather and you get sidetracked.
Now, there is some work that King can do before he gets to our building, but, that's...
There's quite a bit of work to do. He's building, in that contract, we're building new hall roads for working base, which he can do all of that. But once he starts, my concern is once he starts tearing out our existing roads going to the working base, once that new road is built, and the traffic is switched, and he starts tearing out that road, we've just increased our demo time, because now our haul time to get stuff to the working base, we got to run all the way around the landfill instead of right up. We're quadrupling our time per trip.
Okay. Have you guys have not had a meeting? Yes. So I guess we can approve this, receive approval for this. We're going to have to sign the contract. In the meantime, I would say So you guys need to get a meeting with him and say, okay, here's best and worst case scenario. How can we start the project? If we don't see this and this, what are you comfortable doing? What are you not comfortable doing? And come up with a common start.
Sure.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, yeah. And we haven't done that to this point.
Right.
We don't have approval. Yeah.
Well, then you'll get with Connie, and then we'll probably have another meeting here, and you will have a schedule for us, and what contractors agree to, what you guys agree to. We don't want duplication of effort for anybody.
Right.
But we do want to be able to move this forward in an expedited manner.
Well, we need to be in construction or finished by October 31st. So, I mean, we have to keep that in mind, too.
And that's my next question. So we've got to look, you guys have to look at that and start working backwards.
Right. Sure.
And that's part of, I guess, if I'm in your head, she's on the contractor. All right. Here's where we're at. Let's work backward and see how we accommodate everybody.
Yeah,
So I guess you guys know what your marching orders are.
Yes.
And probably get that done sooner than later. And we have another meeting or whatever.
So with this, I'm assuming you're talking, Earl, do you all want involved in a pre-construct meeting?
We'll invite them to it, sure, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Is that kind of what we're talking about here?
I think we're getting.
We're talking about pre-construction.
Oh, okay.
That chain on him, he keeps, that's how I am. He always has to calm me down.
No, I think before we can come up with a pre-construct meeting, we need to have this timeline laid out that everybody's comfortable with, and then we can pull the trigger when everybody's agreeable, so that I want it up front, the timeline of that's good and bad. And, it's always unforeseen, so, and at that point, if everybody's agreeable, then we can put something in writing, we can go ahead and, sign the contracts and get all that stuff done. But, we're running a tight deadline for October, and it's going to be a push to get everything done.
I think you've got more time, more than enough time.
Well, it isn't, unless we get rainy season.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I'm sorry.
You understand what I'm saying. Anytime you look at a schedule, you go, we got plenty of time in my life, we have monsoon, and you're standing out there looking and watching the rain 4 days in a row, and then, so I just want to plan for the worst case and hopefully we get the best.
Yeah. Will do.
So we need to entertain a motion to notice and approve the engineer's recommendation for Clean Environmental Group for $2,671,547 for the landfill cell 2A and 2C.
So moved.
Further discussion? Connie, is that what we need?
So I need
Bob, Dave, you've got your marching orders, so I need to call the roll.
Commissioner Creech?
Yes.
Commissioner Robertson? Yes. Commissioner Day?
Yes. And thank you for spelling this out very clearly. Great.
The next item is, I have 6 items with the building. Dave, you're welcome to step in for your excuse.
Steve, is there a part of the camera system that you need to be in? You want to do that, or you want to?
Yeah, there's a camera, it's on the south, it's on the west, northwest corner of the building. That's where it's showing. Okay?
So we won't bring it up.
Bring it up. So you want to write it down for me?
No, I'm going to bring it up real quick, so everybody knows. About our April 7th.
It's for, we can do it.
What are you talking about, April 7th?
We have a meeting. We can go into, unless detail or as little detail as you want. I just want you guys to know before we go. We have a meeting April 7th with so I'll leave it at that.
Well,
TNM's they're on this, and so is EPA, so
we, Bob Down is planning on being here, and their county administrator will be coming home. So we'd like, actually, I'd like to have you there if you're available, and we're thinking about having Chris. You can talk about logistics. We've already gone through, and internally talked about what equipment we need, do we need more people, what the cash requirements are. I've done some spreadsheets at this point. I'm not ready to present them to you, but we are. I'm surprised that Dave has disclosed that because that's fine. He was the one who suggested if he helped close to the vest for a little bit. So,
It's just exciting.
well, it's exciting.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I think that, put your phone away, don't put it on Facebook yet.
Oh, I'm not, yeah.
The 7th.
I'll put it on the 8th.
April 7th.
What about we get something concrete first?
It's preliminary talks.
Don't be creating no fake news there. Like,
Yeah.
The term Bob used is preliminary talks.
That's good.
See if we can develop a win-win. It says we have trash, you guys have a landfill. So, I can tell you it's not a secret because it news a lot. Well, how many alternatives do they have?
They're using a lot of pressure right now. A lot of pressure. If anybody is familiar with that location, it's why it's.
So, any questions on that? Comments?
Good luck.
I've got 6 items here that we, a couple of them are, I just want to fill you in on the numbers and see if you want me to proceed with them. The first one that I have in the stack here is for the additional door that I would strongly suggest we pursue. They've already framed the door in. I have not got a change order. That'll be forthcoming with your approval. I do want to point out the number you see, the $3,732.67. I've worked that down. Originally it was $4,200. I asked him, I've used the term sharpen your pencil a couple times, and he knocked $530 off of the price. I would recommend that and I think I've got the original. I've got the original for the $4,200 quote that he has. And what's involved in this is not just putting the door in, but it's also putting it increases the security system because we have to have another card reader. There's an exit sign that has to go in. But I think it's a reasonable number at this point.
I think, I'll just speak on these. I think that for the way the building's laid out, it's a necessity. Hopefully will be less distractions if the guys come in, if you're sitting in there in your office or at a table trying to talk to contractors or whatever, there'll be less disruption. So I think it's money well spent. I realize it sounds like $5 million. There are more items that add up to more than just a door.
And also, besides distraction, it keeps the dirt into the restroom and in the back. So, today, I mean, when you walk through the existing building, it's even though there's the fronters and the everything else. It still affects the facilities. So I'll pursue that and start the paperwork on that. Second item is the drywall. Holding the drywall there's a 6-inch wall in between the office area and the, I call it the high bay area, the maintenance room. If we take the drywall off of that, and it's 17 feet high and 60 feet wide, if we take the drywall and put a sanded 5/8 inch plywood, he was, well, the price is $4,662.34. And again, his original price was $5,715, is what I shared with you, Connie. He's asking him to sharpen the pencil again. He dropped $1,052 off of the price. I've looked at it. Honestly, the material cost isn't a huge amount, even though it's more expensive. The plywood is twice as expensive as the drywall. But I went to Menards and looked at what the material cost was. It's $750. I mean, it's not. That's not where the majority of the money is. The majority of the money is labor.
You don't have to finish the plywood.
Well, you still have to paint it. So, yeah, but you're right, you don't have to tape it.
No, yeah. So that difference, does that include taking the drywall off and putting it up, or is that in addition to?
No, that's not installing any drywall. That's, right now, we've got drywall on the inside, on the one side, and we're waiting, we've been waiting for the inspection, basically, but the second covering on the maintenance side of the wall.
I guess my question is, it was originally priced with drywall.
That's correct.
So if we don't put the drywall up, that would come off the cost.
Well, he's saying that it's $1,074 comes out is the credit.
So
And then the material.
that portion of the wall would cost $1,000 for the drywall.
Right.
Okay.
And that's what's in the contract. That's what he has from his drywall contract. Well, that's what he's getting credit for the drywall contract. And then he's saying that he's saying that the plywood and fasteners, I said material cost is $720. Plywood and fasteners $1,600, and then $3,200 for labor.
That's ridiculous.
How much did you say the plywood and fasteners?
$720 for 32 pieces.
That's not much.
20.
I say we just let them drywall and we'll put plywood up later. Why not?
Yeah.
Just put all the plywood is just to protect the wall and hang tools on.
Right.
Why do we want plywood 17 foot in the air for when we paying $4,000 extra would be my input.
With the drywall, this will give us longer life on that wall. Because the drywall, it's going to be hot, it's going to be cold, it's going to be moisture and everything else. So over the life of the building, it's better to have that plywood in there than it would be, or even because I talked about coming up a distance and then putting drywall on top of that, above that.
That price should be marine board.
Well, marine board's $60.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It should be marine board for that.
Yeah. So.
You think I'm smoking something funny, don't you?
No, you just don't understand how this works.
I
I
don't.
mean, tell me, labor charges were already in for drywall, why would we have labor?
Because it's not been broken out.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
been
why I don't want
broken
it.
out.
Yeah.
They're getting paid labor twice. They're taking material costs off.
My suggestion is we have to move drywall off.
Yeah.
Finish it, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
We can put the plywood up there on a 2 foot of snow out, and next year you guys need something to do.
I'm just saying, just go with the bid. Would be my recommendation.
No changes. That's fine.
Because I'm very disappointed with some of our.
Yes, because you're right, there's nothing coming off of the labor, and they're putting labor on top.
Well, there's a lot more labor in finishing drywall than there is hanging
Oh,
level.
yeah, so, I mean,
I agree, and then, I mean, we both know that once change orders are, and Dave will tell you this, change orders are a huge way to make money.
oh, yeah.
The contract.
So how about we just say, no on that one?
Okay.
We'll just keep the drywall and then.
Sorry, that doesn't make sense, but.
No, I would just say, I'm going record, say I'm very disappointed in the contract. I can see a slight upcharge just material difference and, well, actually putting plywood or something is going to be a little more work to install versus drywall because the finish is going to be about the same. So, my personal opinion is letting drywall and
How is it more work to do with plywood?
I can cut a sheet of drywall with I don't have to get power tool out. I can take a knife, go through, measure, pop it up and move on where if there's multiple things to cut out, I may have to do saw, I may have to do drill, I may have to do jigsaw.
I'm just trying to picture that wall, I don't know how much there is to cut out, and I agree, you can do that, but
Yeah, I'm just
I would think most of it's just flat.
Well, the drywall comes too in what, 4x12s? They're bigger pieces too, so no.
You get a 4x12?
No, so
I'm just saying.
there is, it's not an apples and apples comparison, but I agree.
And
Fine.
I'm just telling you, it's going to take more time to do the plywood than the drywall.
Okay. All right, next one, and you know, I should point out, this is in my mind, this is an errors and omissions issue, and I've passed this to TNL already. There are a number of electrical items that were not included in the electrical drawings. The controls for the two louvers is not included. There's an exit light that upon review by the building inspector was not included in the drawings. There's a circulating hot water pump that doesn't have an electrical circuit for it. And it's not just in the HVAC drawings and the plumbing drawings. It's not in the electrical panel drawings. So I've passed this on to Wes already. I do want to point out that of all of the changes we've done on the building that have been errors and omissions, and we've spent thousands of dollars, T&M has agreed to all of them, except for one, which was the water shut off. So we absorbed $800 of that. There were two valves that had to be put in, and technically, one of them was our responsibility. So I didn't have a problem with that. But everything else, there's probably $10,000 that we passed back to them, and they agreed to do that. So this one too, I told Wes it's going to be coming back their way. I mean, and we have to do it. So we don't really have no, we don't. And this next one too. Originally, there was a change order, or there was an option in the bid package for running the electrical from the new building to the pump station at the landfill. And it was put in the bid as an option, and the engineer's estimate for that was $11,000. We're not really apples and apples with the $13,000 that's being proposed. It's $13,000, and we have to put a new. We have a telephone pole already existing there, an electric pole existing there. We're going to put a transformer on a 25 kVA used transformer on that pole. The original concept was to run power from the new building to the pump station, and you can't do it, I guess was the bottom line. The run is so far. To run that, none of the electricians wanted to do it. And this, so that's why we're looking at this alternative. By coming off the power pole that's feeding the existing building.
So, this is for the lift station.
This is for, right, it's the toe of if you come in the front drive, if you go straight, it's almost straight, right?
Right there.
At the base of the line.
And you're going to be able to leave the pole.
There's 3 poles that are just to the left of the driveway. And we're going to come off one of those, and there's a meter on one of those poles. But I want to say it's a 440 line. So we've got to reduce the voltage down to 220 single phase, and then take it to the.
Good issues. I always have issues.
Yeah.
But that whole staying.
Exactly.
This is the existing.
That's the real pump station, right? And there's 3 poles that are right here. One of them has the meter on it. We're going to come off that one that has the meter. And originally, DPNL said we need to put a meter stand out here. But we're going to put it around the pole that has right on this side rather than, and then come underground and put it in conduit.
One of these poles are going to sit down there.
Hang that underground. And we own that pole, and that's probably part of the equation. Because we own those poles, DPNL won't put the transformer on it. So we have to put a transformer on it. We can connect to it, right? Yeah. The power's already there. Right. So we have to come off the meter to the pole. Where it goes to the transformer. Yes. Right. Yeah.
And that's this 13,000.
That's the 13.
And we've already got a conduit from somewhere in here over to the new building.
We have conduit, right, those are for there's the household hazardous waste. There's the household hazardous waste containers. And there's conduit that runs, actually it kind of runs this way. It runs over to the new building over here. And those are for, and that's the one, that's kind of the number 6 here. We need to put a security camera out there, and that conduit that runs there is for the security camera and support of a one-way intercom. So
The security camera in the dot where.
yeah, goes right here. So yeah, because the elevated or the
drop off.
the drop off, the containers are here. So Kim will be able to see from here into this direction.
How soon will you need that, They don't have any now, but he said they could.
Good, really? I've asked the same electrician to see if he can find us. Well, he can get us one, and he can bore it and place it. He said they handle 35-foot ones. Dave said he only needed 20 feet, but it's 35 feet, and I guess it would be 5 feet underground and 30 feet above ground. I mean, we can.
If we can wait until we commit, I might be able to get a free one. But right now, they said all the ones they got is kind of junk.
Okay.
How long would that be?
We're going to have the security. We're going to have to put the security system in that in the next couple of weeks. So we can wait a couple of weeks.
I'll send a text to say.
Okay.
Close in the next week or two.
Okay.
did.
I think we wanted to get extra, and it was less. Because they were that good a deal.
Yeah.
Less.
Did I proceed with them, or the alternative is well, this is the contractor with the, that we have on site right now, Buzz Electric. And it's through, it's through our company. It'd be a change order for them.
But do we have also use that in the new building?
It was on the bid for as an option, and we didn't elect it as an option. No.
We don't have a whole lot of options. We gotta get power to business and just buy a generator.
Was,
Good idea.
did they did someone in our town actually put the bid in?
They did, and I'm trying to think what it was. I want to say it was 11, 10, 5, 11, somewhere. It was, I mean, it was close to what the engineers, Broombaugh bid it, and it was 8,500. But you talk to the electricians, and they said the run was so long, the wire size you had to use on it it said it made no sense.
Unfortunately, I don't think we have an option. We gotta get power to it.
I don't think we do either.
We option not to take any bids. We're proposing to do it.
Yeah. Okay. The last thing I have is the Northwestern Ohio Security System. I guess what I need is some additional advice on this. I should have 2 bids on there. The first one I've marked as out of date, or the bottom one, if that makes sense. It's marked as out of date. We put $2,800 as a line item in the bid. 28,000. I'm sorry. Yeah, 28,000 as a line item in the bid. And I don't know where those numbers came from, but I got a revised bid from NOSS. They were talking with CONNIE, and they were talking about this facility. And out of the blue, I got a revised bid for $34,000. So I submitted that to our fund, and here's, this is part of my problem. There's a couple areas. I submitted it to Archon. Archon turned around and issued a PO to them with the understanding that anything over $28,000 was out of our fund. But when Archon sent them the documentation, they said, well, this is a prevailing wage project. And the security people came back and said, oh, I don't have prevailing wage in my bid. So he came back with the 36,000 or almost 37,000 with prevailing wage. So there's 2.
He's going to send the people that are really qualified to do it.
Well, he's going to pay prevailing wage.
We talked about this the other day.
Or I don't have any experience with what you've done. So I've got 2 problems. One is he's $9,000 over the $28,000, which is not in Archon's bid. Splitting this, well, and now it has prevailing wage, but can I split this because it was in the contract? Can we pay for the $9,000? Well, it's $9,000 over. That's an issue. But can the landfill pay the $9,000 if it's?
We have to do a change order.
We have,
Yeah.
so it'd have to go through our
Yeah,
fund.
it would have to go through our fund.
Here's the next kicker, is if it goes through our fund, they're gonna add,
They add their overhead and their,
Yeah.
profit.
yeah, because it's a change order, so we'll have overhead, profit, and insurance on top of it. That's, they're in this,
No, not.
that's,
Now, it was spelled out in the bid that we would allow up to X amount of dollars, and then we would be on the hook for any of that.
for $28,000. That's right.
I thought it had enough language in it that they could bill us directly for any overages.
I'd have to look.
If they could do that.
If it's in there, then we can do that, but I don't.
Let me check, yeah, I hadn't,
Or even if we had to run it through, so I don't think we had to run it through a chain.
I know it'd be more work than anything.
We had a long discussion on this.
see, I don't know, again, it's my inexperience with county work, but, I don't know if we can break it into 2 orders, and I'm not trying to get around anything, don't get me wrong, but can we, or how do you handle it?
I'd have to read,
I mean, I can go back and
review
look.
and look. I've never ever,
But we specifically spelled it out in there, as we got through this. We were allotting up to this. Anything above and beyond that, we would be on the hook for.
on the hook.
We would pay. The contractor was only responsible for this. That is the allotment, but that's not the correct word for it. That is the line item is budgeted for. And that because we did not have a hard fast number, because we did not have a hard fast building at that point in time. It's all the bells and whistles, but we knew that we were looking at, I thought it was 30,000, but then we got down to 28 when we started doing the job. I vaguely remember that. But we line item for the contractual purposes, X amount. I guess the question is, since we allotted that, not knowing what we were getting into, do we have to run that exchange order, or can we be billed directly?
No, I've never been billed directly on the project paying prevailing wages. No, I've never, but I've never.
Well, who else can direct us?
It'd be a real easy question to answer, just ask the auditor.
Why, I mean, it's the same project, why would we, that's.
I mean, it's not like we're trying to get around the prevailing wage.
Yeah, so we're gonna pay an additional $6,000 for prevailing wage, and we turn around and get named by the contractor for a change order.
If you
That's
do it,
prevailing wage.
no, it's over no matter what.
It's over no matter what.
So it's just that the second time around, the security company didn't have prevailing wage in the number. So
Right.
the number's gone up twice, at least twice.
This is an additional
For profit and
20% on top of that.
if we put it through some maintenance.
For them to do a change order?
Yes. And then they pay. We need to look at it. I agree, we need to look at the contract. 'Cause we had AUTH construction. Now, is that different? Remember the DP&L AUTH construction to CG? And that number came under. So CG only, we back out that AUTH construction number because it was under what the estimated number is. But again, I don't know if we're talking, if AUTH construction is the same as the line item. We need to look at that.
get Kim, see if she remembers.
That would be great. Yeah, learning something.
Well, unfortunately, we knew going into this that we were probably going to overdo this. Because we did not have everything identified. Are they able to utilize any of the equipment from the existing building?
He has nothing. The only,
Didn't we just put cameras down there?
no.
That was the pizza. Yeah, the pizza.
Yeah.
Ones after breaking into that.
Oh, yeah.
From what I've been told, the quality of the cameras is they're something you can go down to Sam's Club and find.
Really? That's, well, this company is the ones that installed that.
Oh,
So
really?
are they the ones saying
Oh,
that?
really?
Because,
That's what Dave has told me. I have not
okay,
seen
yeah,
it.
this work that,
Oh,
NSS is the people that installed that, and that has not been that long ago.
That's a different copy.
Okay.
Do you remember how we put in more than a bid, or we put X amount of dollars in for the security?
Yeah, it's the set amount. I find it hard to believe that Northwestern wouldn't have known it was prevailing wage, because from the time Randy began it, it was considered a part of the actual building. That being here and there or whatever, if they want to claim that now, we still have to pay prevailing wage. You cannot break it out, especially since you're installing it now while you're building the building.
Yeah.
There's no way you can break it out and not pay prevailing
But
wage.
how do we handle it? I guess my question is, how do we handle, it was $28,000 in the line item, and now it's
And that was based on, that was a little bit more than the last quote that Dave got after they revised the plan the last time.
That was up to 36.
Now it's on
And that's because they said they didn't include prevailing wage.
Well, there was another
There was another,
change
Yeah.
in the middle there.
because we didn't get our fob system here.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, a chunk of money went down there now.
Yeah.
So some of that's back there, but from 28,000 to 36,000, is there language in the contract that says if we go over on this particular this particular job that they build a landfill separately from the contract?
It wouldn't be.
It'd be a change order,
It would
wouldn't
be a
it?
change order.
Right.
We would pay the difference. They would bill the landfill.
Right, but it'd be a change order to the project.
Archon would bill the
Right.
landfill.
It'd be a change order though.
Yeah. Because it's part of their contract, just like if it would have come in less than 28,000, kind of like the electrical for the site work, it was a change order and it's that much less we were paying CD. The same thing with this. I mean, if you make changes and it goes up, it's a change order, we're going to pay Archon.
As we were discussing, when Archon does the change order, they're going to add the insurance and the overhead and their...
All that. Going to add $1,800 or more onto the
That's
36,000.
what drove her feet a few years ago, and that is done.
But I don't think there was anything in the contract though, Kim.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because that was set up differently.
Drove her feet a few years ago, and had this on one sitting.
See all this insurance, problems that on the change orders.
I'm learning a
Oh.
lot. Disaster.
Going back to TNM, we're not doing that.
To answer your question, apparently there is a piece of equipment in the prosecutor's office
Probably every time they do a change
that
order.
is sitting on the shelf that
This
they're
was
going to use,
fixed.
that we're going to use. Other
That
than
was my
that,
question to you
camera.
now.
Well, yeah, I know.
What is that? Range, what's that called?
Because it
It's some
wasn't
sort of
fixed,
a
it was
processor.
it was set
You
up.
put it over there, there's no need
thing over the
It's on-
phone.
sitting on
I don't know
shelves.
that, I would have to go back and actually read it. to
Yeah,
see
so
what
there
it's
is,
allowed, because-
we are,
Well, do not let it exceed northwest, the actual cameras that are in there because
They
they're
won't
like,
have them.
But I think we might be able to avoid their insurance and stuff, because it's not.
then you may, your next question would be, why do you sell crappy cameras?
why can't we reuse them?
You know,
Well, that's the thing.
Well, now that we were
Right.
going to zoning,
They're not
now we
doing
would
it.
have a lower
Right.
quality or
And-
something. I'm sure they probably
I
have.
know we had a set price. I mean, they didn't include insurance, they weren't allowed to
Probably
include
$200
insurance and
cameras,
stuff.
up to $2,000 cameras.
That
probably.
28,000 that was bid. So I don't see why they would be allowed to include it if.
So if we say anything, it would be the $1,800 for insurance, profit.
Yeah.
Okay, the overhead.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have to pay those three things.
That would be the only thing I think I could argue them out of.
Okay.
So you can't argue something out of it.
Well, just because it was explicit in the specifications and stuff that for the aid to construction, that was the cost, and they weren't allowed to charge you insurance and overhead and stuff like that, because you'd already talked to them, this was the price, that's what it was gonna cost, and they couldn't charge you extra cost on it. So if you're having additional work done now, or it's only increasing because they have to pay prevailing wage, I would think that you could argue that they wouldn't get, our town shouldn't get overhead and insurance and all like that, because it's an aid to construction item that was set up, that you couldn't count, you know, that this is it.
and I've argued with them that they're answering, the installation and everything on that is answering to me, and it's not answering, so they don't have supervision, or they don't have management, or they don't have, I mean,
Right.
so it's.
Yeah, the only reason it's put in there as aid to construction is because it had to be done, it kept the county from having to enter into another contract. So basically, it's just a way to send the money directly to them, and us not having to have another contract.
So at least we wouldn't have to pay those fees then.
Yes.
Okay.
But it's a change order.
Okay.
Okay. Let me, you may get a phone call, Kim.
That's fine.
Then I'll, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they work with me.
Yeah.
So,
Any more great news, Bob?
Big-
Today's Wednesday.
I'm just kidding. Here's my water. We just talked about prevailing wage Monday. There's a bill coming through.
They'll try to, there's a bill that they're gonna try to pass to municipalities and local governments from paying for that.
Okay, well, I do have my marching orders. Is there any,
So, I guess my question is that we're moving forward with all the stuff that's in there.
yes, yes.
Yeah, you can just put,
Connie and I looked through it. We didn't really see anything that popped out at us. We removed it as
Reassuring the Northwestern is about 41%. That's not correct.
Should we, do we have to use them?
I think they're already endorsed.
Mm-hmm. So,
They're the same ones that.
But I think maybe next time we're considering these kind of things, we won't have to.
I'd rather pay somebody else the same amount.
We had the same issue here.
yeah.
They didn't deliver what they promised, and I was started frustrated with, we were given 28,000, it should have been closer. And I'm sorry, I'm not buying the prevailing wage. So these people do work all the time, and that's their first question.
what's the size of the job, is it prevailing wage? This is, I think this is the way they do it.
And we have to use them?
We don't have to use them, but it's already in the works.
They've started filling the order once we awarded the contract.
Yeah, but the contract was wrong.
Well, the material contract.
I mean,
Did we send that person certificate?
what I'm saying, that it should have been a lot closer.
See, obviously, I wasn't around when it happened, but the drawings in the bid spec, or the bid package, even the drawings in the building permitted package, have the two-story, the mezzanine building with the security system. I mean, so I don't know when I asked them the other day to do a drawing for us and show where all the locations were, so I could pass that on to our contract. But up to that one, I don't know if there was a drawing of the existing building. So how they bid $28,000 without having their drawings, I don't know. Let's see. Well, I do know that there was a $54,000 bid in the file. So,
Right. I think he had a camera on every entrance. Yeah, I think he did.
That was on the same one with the gate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't get over some stuff. I just can't get over it.
Why not? What was the change with us not doing it here? And I wasn't even aware he was going to put that in my bid, my quote of the door opener, the door openers or whatever.
Yeah, the swipe.
Yes. And then when we said no, and that went down to Bob, I think it was like another $4,000 to $6,000.
That might have been
$4,000.
Yeah, because that's when I got a revised bid, because he was charging the commissioners.
And then I noticed on this, it said any overage went to the commission. I'm thinking, interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. Or if we would have went forward with our project,
Yeah.
or not.
So, walking away from here today.
Dave and I are going to talk to Tim. I'm going to put a change order for the additional door. We are not going to do the sanded and plugged plywood. I'm going to do a change order and request T&M to pay for change order number 9, which is the electrical items. I'm going to do a change order on the power to the landfill pump station, and I'm going to talk to Carthon about putting the entire package for security through them. And I am getting a number on the telephone pole from the electrician right now. At a minimum, I'll probably need a number from them to install the pole, even if because they've got the drill, our contract's not going to do it. So, even if we do get a pole.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a good day, Bob.
Yeah, I can't get up right now.
You need your banana?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
See, but we got a little bit more of Rodney here.
Oh, no, I'm not even talking about that. I just can't believe, I don't know. This chaps me like crazy.
Hey, Bob.
See you, buddy. It's just, thank you. Everybody take you, man. It's take you everywhere that you go.
Well, that's why you get those low bids. You got to watch those change orders.
Well, and honestly, and I'm not trying to say,
If we would have been, if we wouldn't have shaved off $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, we'd have had this on top of it.
Oh my gosh, you're not kidding.
So, at least we saved a bunch of money up front. I don't know if we saved anything, but at least we trimmed some money off the front. Huh? They'd have drilled us no matter what.
Nah, it should have all been spelled out.
You saying we should have put more time into it? Another year? I
I've never done a job with 10 change orders in my life.
Now, a lot of it was terrible plans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and they're paying, I mean, they're stepping up at
They are
least.
stepping up.
So that part's good.
Okay, we need to note receipt of the alloy asbestos abatement company letter.
Move to note receipt of the asbestos abatement company letter from Alloyd.
Second.
Completion letter.
Discussion. Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Robertson,
Yes.
Commissioner Creek,
Yes.
Commissioner Day.
Yes.
Okay, now. What I have in mind is the RFP for the Preble County accounting and payroll system.
Oh my.
We've been in several meetings with Levon. We went through it for several weeks, brought it back to us this week. And we've made the appropriate changes. During this process, if there's any questions, they are made in writing to myself. There's no interaction with the auditor's office. We have about 15 vendors we're sending to. The due date on this is April the 10th. After that period, the week after that period, we'll review all the bids, we'll get a short list. Then the week of April the 24th, we will have demonstrations made by those vendors that made the short list. And we're hopeful to make or get final vendor awarded on May the 22nd.
Okay.
Have a contract in place June the 12th, and we're hopeful to be up and going with our office, the auditor's office, and the treasurer's office by September. Now, that being said, modules will be placed into about 60 other computers, or they'll have, there's 60 other users to this system, which is other county departments, which is all the county departments that currently utilize our auditor's office. So, we are having a pre-mandatory conference here, or a meeting, pre-mandatory proposal conference will be held March the 24th at 10 a.m. That will consist of Levon's team and our office. And
This is a pre-bid.
this will be a pre-mandatory proposal conference.
Mandatory proposal?
Yes. We have about, I've probably got 30 or 40 pages here of accounting items for us to consider for our new system. I also have in here
10 o'clock.
outright purchase or
Oops.
subscription. So we'll leave those options available. Don't know whether I'll get an outright purchase or if we even want one. But all doors have been left open for anything in this RFP. So we need to note receipt and approve a legal ad and the RFP for the Preble County Accounting and Payroll System.
So moved.
Second.
Connie, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Creech,
Yes.
Commissioner Robertson,
Yes.
Commissioner Day.
Yes.
Here is a map of what was discussed this morning. And I was wanting to let you know that I knew we had measured the office space for the Board of Elections. We have the basement pit area. We have the basement 3 rooms, the 4th floor, and then the office area that they occupy. And maintenance, unless it was measured incorrectly, and this was last year, that measurement is 2,059 square feet.
What they're currently using?
How much?
2,000.
Just over 2,000.
That's everything.
2,100 if you round up.
Yeah.
My only question,
Versus there's 6,900,
3,600 square feet is a lot of office for 2 people, or even 4.
Although,
So I think we can do a lot
did
better.
you not hear that Gene thinks they should hire more people?
Yeah.
I heard that.
But I'm telling you, you could put, seriously, this room is probably 25 by 30. This is 600 square feet, and I could put 6 people in here. Easy. Maybe 8. I'm talking office. Well, look at my office.
Say that again. Tell me again what you
You
just
can put
said.
6 people in here easy.
Oh, yeah.
This is 600, 700 square feet.
Easily.
In the real world, like I like to call it, you could probably put a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this? Yeah.
If you put walls up, then you could put more than that.
Cubes. Cubes.
Anyway.
I did receive a phone call from Mr. Jim Shute. He is now the fairground manager.
Part-time?
He said he'd like to be that.
Part-time?
He would like to.